Next, let's queer up politics. This popular California beach town just voted to ban LGBTQ plus pride flags on city buildings. Pride flags, a symbol of inclusivity and support for the LGBTQ plus community, have been banned from city buildings in Huntington Beach, California. According to NBC News, the decision comes after more than 58% of voters cast their ballots in favor of Measure B, which prohibits cultural flags like those representing pride, breast cancer awareness, and religious affiliations. Exceptions to the ban include city, county, state, and American flags, as well as commemorative banners for POW and MIAs or the Olympics. However, any other flag will now require a unanimous vote by the City Council for display. Critics of Measure B argued that it fosters discrimination and removes crucial support for marginalized communities. Peg Coley, executive director of the LGBTQ Center Orange County, also condemned the decision, blaming the hateful majority of the city council. Meanwhile, GLAAD labeled the ballot extreme for perpetuating division and exclusion. The decision comes amidst a concerning rise in the hate crimes against LGBTQ plus individuals in Orange County, with a staggering 126% increase reported in 2022 compared to the previous year. However, this is not an isolated incident. Michigan's Hamtramck and Connecticut's Enfield city councils recently banned pride flags from public buildings. Such bans have been implemented in conservative school boards since 2020, including Utah, Oregon districts banning Pride and Black Lives Matter flags. In Iowa last year, a bisexual teacher faced suspension for displaying a rainbow flag during a presentation. So I think, once again, it seems to be the common thread of the evening. It's trying to erase and remove the visibility from, I think, like I said, we're moving forward. You said we're a generation away. And it's those people who are struggling to release that power, who are trying to change everything they can to make the next generation be fearful. And I think they're trying so hard.
Yeah. And here's the subtext of the ballot measure. It says that, they're very careful with this ballot measure because it's technically neutral. So you cannot put up the pride flag, but you cannot put up religious flags. So Christian nationalist flag is out, breast cancer flag is out, whatever flag is out, except if there's a unanimous vote in the city council. So
who's going to vote against a breast cancer flag?
Well, Orange County, Huntington Beach especially, is a particularly MAGA city council. So very much, very conservative, very prejudiced, very lips of TikTok flavored city council. And so what the trapdoor is that, we're going to unanimously vote for breast cancer. We're going to unanimously vote for Christian nationalist flags. But, any queer flags, we're just going to vote again, even with one vote. I'm hoping that the state government in Sacramento is paying close attention and sue the living pens of them out.
Well, it's interesting because Orange County used to be a conservative bastion and stronghold, and it's becoming a little more purple than red. That's, of course, what makes this story so troubling. And that is, as Peg Coley said, a, quote, hateful majority, end quote, retains control of the city council. Hopefully, less conservative voters can, as we keep saying over and over, vote them out. So get out there and vote.
Yeah, and vote them out is the exact word. And, where is the LGBTQ Huntington Beach community in this? They should have been part of this headline that they did something really dramatic to bring notice to this awful, ruling. I understand they're not going to vote that you can't have a breast cancer awareness, but, I'm also surprised a little bit, even in Huntington Beach, California is very friendly to us. And, how in the world did Huntington Beach get upside down? Well, it's crazy.
Orange County has always been very Orange County is the place where Reagan and Nixon comes from. Right. So Orange County, California wasn't so blue back in the day. Hell, even 20 years ago it wasn't so blue. Remember, Kevin McCarthy, the former speaker, come from California. Yeah. There was a hotbed of conservatism just outside of LA, just, in that area in Orange County. The problem is that, as the area become more progressive, some people are just digging in their heels. Extremism exists when some people are backed to the corner.
Yeah. Having been in LA for 4 years and having that publication Frontiers there was like, I would have been shocked that somebody didn't go down there and really, really cause havoc at these council meetings and to really bring awareness to this before we had to read about it after the fact. I'm very surprised by that. Even though we're saying it's somewhat of a conservative area, I can tell you one thing, West Hollywood is not conservative. There's a lot of leaders there. There's a lot of money there. And I'm just surprised somebody didn't take this lead on it and take some responsibility and not talk about it after the fact. Let's talk about it before they voted.
Yeah. But I mean, I think I want to go back to what this Bobby was saying about
between two Bobbies
about the, yeah, California is a blue state, but there's still these red pockets. I think this is a great reminder. Every single state in America is a purple state. We do not actually have red states and blue states. We have purple states. And if you look at any map of any state, you will see those counties. You will see your blue cities and the suburbs close to it, and then your more red rural areas, and some cities, of course, go red, but on average, that's the way the trend goes. And so I think, too, with this, again, this is a reminder that even though you might think, okay, yeah, I'm in a blue state, you still have work to be done.
For sure.
And this also goes back to another thing you said about focusing on local elections. A lot of Americans don't realize the majority of laws that affect your life are made in your state government, not Washington. And the United States is actually very interesting for that. If you compare us to Europe, you'll actually see for countries in the European Union, they have more laws made in Brussels than their country's capitals. But here in the US, we are actually legislatively more like individual countries because our state's governments have more say and swing in your daily life than our federal government does. It's on average about 55% of laws in your state government, 45% of laws coming from Washington that affect your daily life.
America.
Amazing.